Welcome to It's Meaningless. This is the podcast for entrepreneurs who are tired of stuck and are ready to stomach the brutal truth. Here we discuss core truths that'll help you discover the meaningless daily habits that keep you from protecting and growing your business. This is episode 2. What's the problem? What is the problem? Last time um, we talked about the crossroads. So for me, that was a one of the crossroads seasons that I faced, and effectively the image of the crossroads is a point in which you're faced with a decision to launch forward or to continue to be held back, which is the incumbent. Like effectively being held back is the status quo, it's the norm. Like it's just don't do anything different, which is comfortable. But effectively, the topic of conversation here is not just comfort, but also our mindsets of like wanting to protect, wanting to preserve. Um, so that's the topic of conversation today. What is the problem with this idea of self protection, um, over protection? What's the problem? So effectively, the biggest problem that I have seen um, with this is the topic of this podcast, which is a wrong idea of self protection means that we get stuck. Not necessarily something we feel, not necessarily, well, yeah, not necessarily something we noticed immediately anyway. But eventually that that feeling starts to come on like, I've been here a couple times already. Like, why am I still here? So the the basis for this, and in fact I'll probably say it on here multiple times and multiple times again, but the basis for this is self-protection. That is um, an incorrect view of protection, of safety, of security equals stuck. Like that's um that's a correlation 100%. Like that's yeah. So and it doesn't have to happen immediately today, but eventually it will. So we started talking last time about some potential crossroads in your lives. Um Effectively, um for me, like right now, um actually even in starting this podcast, um like I'd started this out just doing kind of some lives on Facebook, and even before then, it was mainly just journaling about this stuff. I do that a lot, um, journaling, and it helps. It helps a bunch. I don't know what at this point. I think I might do it too much. I don't know. Maybe somebody can speak to that, but I don't know if you can do it too much. But I do it a lot. But anyway, um, before I was just kind of journaling on the topic. I started doing some lives on Facebook um, on the topic, and like really starting a podcast is more like legitimizing, if you will, that this is something to be talked about. This is something to be discussed. Uh, so, and frankly, like this is my first in terms of like production, live production, broadcast of doing anything consistent. Um, the first thing that I have my personal name on and face on. I've done a couple of little workshops here and there, but something ongoing, something that persists. This is the first. So effectively, like I had the choice of am I going to stick with what seems comfortable, or am I going to just take a risk? I know what's burning inside of me. I know what I have burning inside my in my heart, uh, and the belief that it's a benefit or potential benefit for other people. So I chose to take the leap. So as we talked about, the problem with overprotecting is it keeps us from like launching and birthing, giving birth to the things that are in us. But in my opinion, like the bigger problem and the biggest is that it keeps us, it keeps others from being able to receive the things that are in us that can be a benefit to other people. And all of us, each one of us, have things in us that would be excellent gifts for other people. And until we share them, until we expose them, until we bring them out into the light, until we bring them out into the light of day, others can't benefit. It's like it's like hidden treasure. Like we got stories and um, accounts and tales of these great fortunes hidden somewhere in Argentina or wherever. I forgot that's the story of uh, whatever Hitler's fortune was supposed. But anyway, the stuff that he took. But anyway, uh, there are these stories of hidden treasure, effectively. But the thing is like if nobody if nobody knows where the treasure is, if no one has access to the treasure, then no one can be benefited from it. So one thing that helps with this topic, I believe, is to see yourself as one who contains treasure. Um, as one who contains treasure. I personally believe like we were created, um, and as being created, like deposited inside of us is has been treasure that we get to be able to extend to other people. Um, and that's the catalyst, the glue, if you will, that, in my opinion, that brings us together. Um, the treasure that we have that we get to share with other people. So to me, that is the biggest benefit, and obviously not being able to share that with people, not being able to have other people benefit from this, other people benefit from what's inside of us, is the reverse of that, which is the problem. Um, so as we go forward, that's definitely something that we'll come back to over and over again. And the idea is to have a really good understanding of that as we continue to journey through this topic, because I believe it's extremely important to take the time, and this podcast will help do that on this podcast. But to take the time to sift through the things that we've internalized, the things that we've believed, that really hold us back from things that we can benefit, ways that we can benefit and contribute to the lives of other people, and to our own. So that's all I have for today. Again, this is a twice a week podcast, Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll get on a schedule here pretty soon. But Tuesdays and Thursdays will be the launch times, and then yeah. So that's all I have for today. God bless. Take care. Bye.